currently in Istanbul, Turkey, and I'm at an art exhibition that is inspired by ancient Troy and the story of the Trojans. You can see here Achilles' heel with the arrow, and it's just a beautiful sight here. There you go. Wow. And then the next one here is the golden apple, and this is the story I would like to tell about the judgment of Paris. Now, the judgment of Paris, you may be familiar with the story of the Trojan War, where Paris abducts Helen of Troy, who was the wife of King Menelaus of Sparta. Now, how did that happen? Okay, so if we go backwards in the epic cycle, then we get to the story of the wedding of the parents of Achilles. And they invited all of the gods and goddesses to the wedding, except for Eris, the goddess of discord, because you don't want discord at your wedding. Now, that's of course a good decision until discord finds out, because Eris decides that she wants to make trouble. So what she does is she puts a golden apple at the gift table, and she says on the golden apple, "For the fairest, for the most beautiful among the goddesses." And so Hera, the queen of the gods, Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, and Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare, they are all vying for this apple, and they all believe that they are the fairest. And so they go to Zeus and they ask him to render judgment, and Zeus is like, "No, my wife, my daughter, no, I'm not getting into that." So he says, "I know this mortal man named Paris, who is a great judge of beauty." And Paris, the prince of Troy, who in this story is portrayed as a shepherd. And so the story of the judgment of Paris is they go to him and they get him to make the decision. Now, of course, we're not going to have a fair fight. We're dealing with Greek goddesses here. And so as far as that goes, it's kind of like the story of the temptation of Christ, where Satan says, "I'll give you these kingdoms," right? Or turn these stones to bread, use your power. And similar, okay? Because think about it this way, that Hera goes to Paris and she says, "If you pick me, then I will make you the ruler of a great kingdom." Okay, next. Athena says that if you pick me, I will make you the wisest man in the world, which it's like, come on, who do I look like? King Solomon? It's Aphrodite who gets his attention, who says that if you choose me, I will give you the love of the most beautiful woman in the world. Now, you're speaking his language, Paris being a judge of beauty. And Paris decides that Aphrodite is the fairest among these goddesses. And so Aphrodite delivers the love of the most beautiful woman in the world. Now, we're dealing with Greek goddesses here. So again, we're not dealing with people, she may be the fairest, but it definitely was not a fair deal, as she never told Paris that the most beautiful woman in the world was married. And not just married, but married to a king, married to King Menelaus of Sparta. And so this is the story that started the whole Trojan War, where Paris, to escape with his love, the most beautiful woman in the world, abducts Helen of Sparta, who becomes Helen of Troy. And that is the face that launched 1,000 ships, all starting with the judgment of Paris. It is always a pleasure.